because there are 5 different stages and every stage has got its own uniqueness, right? So let me tell you one thing. Before this article, I didn't know about the storming and norming stage, right? Yeah, I do have the understanding of performing, adjourning stage, and also forming, but regarding storming and norming, it was new for me. Okay, so let us talk about storming stage. It says that this stage begins to occur as the process of organizing tasks, process, surface, interpersonal conflicts. Now, leadership, power, and structural issues dominate this stage because you need to exercise your power in this stage, because if you do not exercise your powers, the storm will become more worse. Now, the feeling during the storming stage, conflicts and competition often mark the storming stage of team development as team members assert their ideas and perspective. Now, this is very important because everybody is unique. He has got his own way of thinking. So he will come up with his own ideas and expectation. Everybody try to compensate, to participate in that particular stage. So here are typical feelings experienced during stage ranging from cooperative to uncooperative. Now, this is very important because when you give your ideas, your perspective, so somebody can get agree to your ideas and somebody cannot get agree to your idea. So there will be 2 different type of behaviors which can be observed. One is cooperative and other one is uncooperative, right? So what should be the cooperative feelings? Now, this is very important. Cooperative feeling mean desirable, because when you are in the storming stage, you need to understand as a team member that these should be the feelings that you should show towards your leader. Because if you do not show these kinds of feeling to your leader, the things will not be normalized. Now, the first thing is determination. This is very important. Now, strong drive to contribute and influence the team's direction. Now, this is very important. I mean, everybody in the storming stage must be determined. He should show his determination, because if he shows lack of interest, then obviously you cannot normalize yourself. Obviously, you need to understand that when we work together, the storming stage would definitely be there. So in order to settle that storming stage, you should show these feelings to your peers, to your co-workers, to your other members, so that everyone should understand each other and the things will be normalized as soon as possible. So the first thing, you should show a strong drive to contribute from either side. I mean, the team participants, they need to exercise this, as well as the leader. Leader should show his strong determination, because the more he will be strong, the more participants will be involved. Similarly, it goes other way around as well. As a participant, you should show very strong drive. Now, let me tell you one thing, because I do not have any physical student right now, so I am dealing only with you online guys. So we are still in the storming stage, let me tell you. So if you do not show me your strong determination, I cannot be presenting a good presentation today. Let me ensure you. So because we are in the storming stage, we are trying to understand each other. So I should be very passionate. I should be very determined. I should lead this session with very strong determination. Am I right? Please give your insights about these.
Yes, sir, you're correct.
Perfect. So you should be very much involved. You should be very interactive. You should be very engaged in this session, because the more you get interacted in this session, we can make it more successful. Now, the second thing is passion. Again, because you are in the storming stage, so it requires a lot about passion. I mean, if you do not show your passion, obviously, because we are human beings. So when we work in a group, every individual is equally important. Now, you do not consider that you are not being considered. You are very integral part of the team. You are very important part of the group. So if you do not participate, if you do not show passionate behavior, obviously the other member will also not show your passion. No, it is said, let me tell you one thing. We human, we believe, or we normally think that if someone should respect us, then we will respect him, right? So we always require respect first from others, and then we will respect them. No, it should go other way around. you will be the one who should give respect to others, and in response, you will get respect. Am I right or wrong? Please tell me.
Yes, sir, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because, we always wait for the people, that people should come to us, people should give us respect, people should honor us, then in respect we will do. If everybody is expecting like that, then who will be initiating it, right? So you will be the one who should be giving respect to the other people, right? So passionate means you are the one who should initiate this passion behavior. Then commitment, dedication to the team goals despite emerging conflict. Now, this should be very important because we understand that after the forming stage, the storm will definitely be there. So dedication is very important. It should be more dedicated if you are the team member or if you are the leader, obviously. Then engagement, active participation, discussion, and problem solving. Now, this is very important because, there are some people who are problem solving and there are some people who are problem creator. Now, when you are at the storming stage, you should always be problem solver. Let me tell you one thing. Highlighting the problem is a very good thing, but it is not desirable at storming stage. Rather, it is desirable at norming or maybe performing stage. Please remember my words. Identifying and recognizing the problem in storming stage is not desirable, is never desirable. It is desirable in norming or performing stage. Now, if you are in performing state or if you are in norming state and you are recognizing problems and you are highlighting problems, that is desirable because we are performing at there. We need problems to be addressed. But at the storming stage, we should be exercising our problem solving behavior in the storming stage. So when you feel any kind of problem, just react as a problem solver because we need to solve all the problems at the storming stage and we need to get the things settled as soon as possible. Now, there are some neutral feelings which are not desirable. Number one, frustration. Now, imagine if someone is frustrated after the group is formed. Now, at the storming stage, if you show your frustration, it will lead to problems, confusion. Now, you are confused. If you are confused and you are not understanding the things, you should be very passionate. You should be very determined. You should ask to your leader again and again, create a good, healthy culture at the storming stage. But if you are getting disassociated, the things will be worse. Impatience, anxiety, resilience. Now, these are the things which are not desirable at storming stage. And there are some feelings which are very extremely uncooperative, like resistance. Now you are resisting, right? You are every time opposing. Defensiveness, anger. This is extremely undesirable. Do not show. Okay, let me tell you again a very important thing. I hope I have told you in the first lecture as well that do not present or do not share your liking and disliking at forming and at storming stage. Never share what you like and what you do not like in the forming and storming stage. Okay, when the things are normalized and you are normal, you know each other, the team members are now friends, now you can share your likeness and dislikeness. But at forming and storming stage, it is highly undesirable to share your own perceptions on thinking, styles. Distrust. Now, this is very, very alarming situation if you show distress during storming stage because you are already going through the storming stage. So the sign of distress will cause problem for the whole group. Conflict should not be there. Hostility should not be there. Withdrawal is again, if you withdraw, you are not actively participating, the things will be creating problem. Disengagement, insecurity, competitiveness. So what are the team needs and how the leader should deal with it? Now, the first thing is, how do you resolve the conflicts? Now, what are the need of the team? Effective methods for addressing and resolving techniques. This is very important. This is the responsibility of the leader to provide training in conflict resolution technique and mediation processes. Okay, dear participants, I want to tell you one thing. Whenever you create a group or you are acting as a leader, first you educate your team that this is how the things are, observed when we work in a group. So there will be 5 stages and every stage has got its own uniqueness. So we need to understand it. So once we get education about this thing, we are more eligible to handle the situations. Now, clear communication. This is very important. Okay, let me tell you one thing. again, in the forming stage and in the storming stage, you should be very clear. Always try to discuss the universal truth. Do not go into your own perceptions, own ideas on liking and disliking. Do not share those things, right? And the leader should always encourage transparent dialogue and active listening practice. This is very important. You should practice active listening at a storming stage, because the more you listen, the more you understand the problem. Okay, so from this point, we understand or we learn another point, which is very important, that you should be more active listener at the storming stage. Rather, you should be more active as speaker. So try to hold your nerves, right? Keep calm, keep quiet, try to listen to others. Yes, you should be expressive, but not at the storming stage, rather than norming and performing stage. Then we have reinforcement of goals and roles, leadership support. This is very important. Now, leadership support means that strong leadership to guide the team through the conflicts. Now, this is very important. You should have got a very strong personality, and whatever rule you create for your people, you should also be following that one as well, because it will decrease the conflict. Then trust building is very important. Foster